Okay, hi there, this is Kim Willis, and I've got another little recording for you. This one is called How to Build a Six-Figure Tribe. One of my favourite topics. Love talking about tribe building. As far as I'm concerned, it's the way to go. You want to make money, you want to make it in the easiest possible way. Build a foundation. Okay, that takes a bit of time. But once you've got that foundation built, then it becomes pretty much like a piece of cake. People will love to deal with people that they know, like, and trust. Now this recording, or this little presentation, is like the encapsulated version of my full training, where I go into some detail and show you how to make money from your tribe, particularly if you're using a Facebook group. But this presentation will give you an introduction. Basically, I do a bit of an overview, okay? So let's have a look at some of the key elements here. What is a tribe? Well, a tribe consists of a group of people who love what you do, and many people in the group will buy off you, okay? So that group could manifest in all sorts of different ways. It could be a very responsive email list, for instance. It could be responsive friends on Facebook. People that really look up to you and want to do business with you. It could be a Facebook group. It could manifest in all sorts of ways. It could be blog followers. You've got a blog, an active blog, and you've got people regularly commenting on your blog posts. They would probably be part of your tribe. So once you've got the tribe, and by the way, you don't need tens of thousands or even thousands. 100 people in a tribe is good. You could make really good money from that. Now, one of the reasons why the tribe concept works so well is because the KLT factor is really working in your favour, and that's the know, like and trust factor. And when you have plenty of KLT, business becomes much, much easier to do. No question about it. So it's about trust. It's also about knowing and liking, even if they haven't met you personally, face to face, and shook your hand. That's okay. In the online world, in the internet age, know, like and trust can work very well for you, even if people have never met you personally. But they feel that they know you, and they feel that they like you, or they at least like the persona that is being projected to them, and they certainly trust you. If we can say that the old model, the old way of doing business is about hunting and chasing and hustling and pitching and spamming people, the new way of doing business, the new model, is about farming more than it's about hunting. It's about building an environment of authority. You create a community of like-minded people, and you can do that in all sorts of different ways, of course. It's about messaging, content, and connections. It's more about marketing than selling, although selling comes into it, of course. It's about touch points. Most people need 8 to 12 touch points before they're ready to talk turkey, before they're ready to maybe do business with you. So this is why it becomes so important to have a content production process, because content is one of the best ways of satisfying this 8 to 12 touch point requirement. So you put the content in front of them on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on your blog, whatever. The internet, let's face it, is a content-rich platform. So it's about touch points. And of course, interspersed with these content sharing opportunities, there will probably be opportunities to engage with them one-on-one, via Facebook Messenger, via the telephone, via Skype. Sure, that comes into it, because that's a very powerful way of deepening a relationship, okay? And perhaps we're talking about once you've got it sorted out, from the time that you launch a campaign, just let me backtrack from that. There's a foundational stage that you need to go through with any kind of a strategy. So if you're going to use a Facebook group strategy, which is my favorite strategy at the moment, you have to do the foundational thing first. But once you've got that foundation in place, then you can launch a campaign. And if you've got the right product mix that pays good money when somebody buys, you should be able to make 50K in 10 weeks. That's that's $5,000 a week, isn't it? $20,000 a month. Now, one of the elements or one of the ingredients that we talk about, or strategies that I often talk about, is this hero's journey concept. Why you should write your hero's journey. Look, everybody has a hero's journey. You're no different. You've done some things in your life that caused you grief, caused you pain, yet you figured out a way of overcoming it. Okay? So in a way, it was like a mini hero's journey. And there are some very good reasons why you should write out your hero's journey. It'll give you clarity about your journey and your reason for existence. It will bolster your belief that what you're doing is good, that you are a person of substance, a person of value. It'll give you insights into the value you offer the marketplace. You'll be able to leverage the story into small bites and other formats for different platforms and audiences. You'll be able to do all of that, okay, with your hero's journey. Now, the concept of the hero's journey is based on the hero's journey storytelling method as embraced by film writers, screenwriters, etc. And so it talks about the ordinary world that you currently inhabit, and then ultimately you have the call to adventure. You leave the ordinary world behind. Then we go through different stages: refusal of the call, meeting the mentor, crossing the threshold, tests and allies and enemies who are going to challenge you along the way. Enemies, not necessarily men with guns. It could be ideas, it could be bad ideas, it could be your own stinking thinking that becomes your enemy. Okay? Approach to the inmost cave, the ordeal, then your reward. Victory is at hand, seizing the sword, and the road back to your ordinary world. Of course, when you come back to your ordinary world, things will never be quite the same again. And then we also talk about the resurrection and the return with the elixir, the magic ingredient that you can use to help other people. Okay, so if you go through a hero's journey, let's say you had a devastating relationship breakdown, there'd be a hero's journey there. Or you lost somebody very close to you, there'll be a hero's journey there. A journey of triumph over adversity. Why don't you try and dig deep and see if you can write it out? And then you can use it to build a marketing message around it. Okay? So every great marketer has a story. They have a story. You have to be one of those marketers as well. You have to develop your story. You may not go through all 12 steps here. You might only go through 3 or 4. But in my hero's journey, I talk about the pain associated with losing my traditional business, the pain associated with losing my wife of 30 plus years marriage, and then my mother, and then a whole range of other traumas and setbacks along the way. People who hear about your hero's journey will have more empathy with you because they'll see that you've had struggles just like them. Okay? So it's a way to kind of bond with people. All right. And it's very much part of tribe building. How do we build the tribe? Lots of different ways to do it. A blog, YouTube videos, forums, commenting and being active in forums, niche-specific forums, guest posting on other people's niche-specific blogs, interviews, you doing interviews, interview people that have got an interesting story to tell and then share it with your growing audience. Or maybe someone will interview you and then you can do the same thing, share it with your ever-growing audience. Podcasts, audio interviews and discussions, podcasts. Twitter is another good one if you know how to use it properly. And you can definitely build a tribe on Twitter. And if let's say Facebook was your hub, you can send people from Twitter across to Facebook. Instagram is another good one, and although it's very picture heavy, obviously there's a market for it. It's not quite my platform of choice, but some people are doing very well with Instagram. Facebook pages is another one, although the downside with Facebook pages is that if you're not spending money on advertising, your engagement rates will tend to be quite low compared to using your personal Facebook profile. Commenting in Facebook groups is another really good one, and that will send people back to you. You'll find people will start making friends because they've seen your comments in Facebook groups. And of course, you can friend some of these people that you see in the Facebook groups as well. Facebook personal profile strategy. I prefer the Facebook personal profile strategy over Facebook pages because of higher engagement rates, which is a really important part of marketing and tribe building. Facebook ads. Now, this is where the Facebook page comes into its own. If you plan to use Facebook ads, even if you're boosting a post. I'm currently boosting posts every week, and this is adding to my growing audience. I wouldn't say they're in my tribe yet because they don't know me enough. There's not enough of the KLT factor working. But at least there's an audience there, and some of these people will become members of my tribe, no question at all. So Facebook ads, just boosting posts, even picture quotes, wise quotes, nice little thoughtful articles, that kind of thing can work really well. And then finally, I've got your Facebook group. Now, I like the Facebook group. I like the Facebook group strategy because there's a little bit more intimacy with the Facebook group, and you can establish a sense of community. Now, here are the key elements of a Facebook group. Branded to you, a core theme based on your philosophy, mission and purpose, the ability to foster a community spirit, an effective way to add members who are in sync with your values, an engagement producing strategy, a bulletproof way to generate leads, and finally a high value sales strategy that will quantum leap your income, increase your free time, and finally give you the lifestyle dividend you crave. So we use the Facebook group as a way to kind of corral people into one place, and from there we can seek to influence them with good content, good provocative content, etc. But there's more to it than that. A Facebook group needs to have a sales getting strategy and a lead getting strategy. And the way to do that is with webinars. That is the best way. There are other ways of doing it, and indeed I was making sales from my Facebook group without running any webinars. But when you run a webinar, it's like bolting a turbocharger onto a naturally aspirated motor vehicle engine. Okay, that's what it's like. It's that good. It really is. But if you want to do it in stages and you want to use some of those other less effective methods, but they still work, you want to use those methods, well, you should talk to me about those other methods, other ways to get sales from your Facebook group. The main thing is to have the group and get it to the point where it's active, you've got new members being added, and then the sales strategy will flow off the back end. As I say, the webinar strategy is kind of ultimate, but there are other ways of doing it as well. Now, that's the tribe building method. People say, oh, well, you've got to put in work, you've got to put in time. Yeah, of course you do, but you've got to do that with anything. So let's get real. Let's get adult about this. Let's take a mature approach. Of course, there are lots of things, other things that you can do, but all of those other things that you can do still require work. And they're very short term. They don't produce long-lasting results. So we're talking about cold pitching. How many people can hang in there cold pitching people on Facebook before they burn out? Very, very few. It's not a long-term strategy. Does it work? If you start pitching people on Messenger, yeah, if you can handle a lot of abuse. It can work. It can work. But you could get yourself black banned in the meantime. Posting in spammy, get-rich-quick type groups, that's another way of doing it. The problem there is that tend to attract very poor quality people. Solo ads, that's another source of poor quality traffic as a rule. There are exceptions, and I have done well a few times with solo ads, but overwhelmingly 90% of the time, no. Facebook ads, that can work, but most Facebook ads that people run are being presented to a cold audience that has no liking, no trust factor, nothing like that working in your favor. You can use Facebook ads to build your tribe. Best way to do it is to boost some content. But if you just run traditional ads, Facebook style ads, you are not going to build your warm audience, I wouldn't have thought. Bing ads, well, same thing. You're pitching to a cold audience. I've got a Bing ad account, but you know something? I haven't used Bing ads now for almost 2 years. I just don't need to anymore. Banner ads, well, banner ads have gone out of favour. They don't work nearly as well as they used to. I haven't spent money on banner ads for probably 4 years. Now, all of this stuff is great. There's no question about it. But there is going to be a blockage for most people. Your greatest impediments to success, what are they? Lack of commitment, lack of resolve, lack of clarity, and lack of faith. You just don't believe enough. That's why you flip from one thing to another, one strategy to another, one idea to another, one bright, shiny object to another. That's why you're doing it, okay? And until you can sort that problem out, you're not going to make money with any strategy, no matter how good it is. I hope you make money with my strategy, with my Facebook group strategy. I hope you do. But if you repeat the patterns of the past, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. If you're not 100% committed for the next 3 to 6 months, it's not going to happen. If you don't have total resolve and clarity and belief, it ain't going to happen. Clarity is so important. When our brain gets muddied, when we get distracted, when we have all sorts of other voices that we allow into our brain, we lose clarity. And when we lose clarity, we lose belief and faith. That's a reality. So I just wish and hope you can cut yourself off from all of those other voices and just focus on know, like and trust. KLT, know, like and trust. Do it through a Facebook group. It's the best way of doing it. So what I want you to do is I want you to put KLT on a pedestal and avoid all other distractions for the next 3 to 6 months. You go all out to build your tribe using KLT strategies, know, like and trust strategies. You do that. You do that for 3 to 6 months and your life will be changed forever. To learn more, this is what you do. You join my Facebook group. It's called the Laptop Lifestyler. Okay? Facebook.com/groups/Laptop Lifestyler. Otherwise, just do a search on Facebook. The Laptop Lifestyler. The Laptop Lifestyler. Just do a search on Facebook. Okay, you join the group, and as you can see there from my header, you can see that we talk about different topics, create online income streams by leveraging what you know and love. We talk about lead generation, lead conversion, product creation, upsell strategies, and the correct way to promote affiliate offers. Make a point that you're never too old to start. You can grow an audience. You can build a tribe. We talk about that. Bring your profitable idea to life. Come on, throw off the shackles. Life's too short to be mucking around, to be messing around. Get into it. Join the group. Let the group guide you through a process that will help you build your tribe of followers. All right, this is Kim Willis. Bye for now. So does this stuff work? Can you make money from it? Yeah, you can. You can. I started a group last year and I was making money in my very first month. That wasn't a huge amount of money. It was less than $1,000. But the fact is, I made money from my Facebook group. I made money from in other months as well. So not just the first month there. In fact, just a few months ago, I made $27,000 just from a single campaign run through a Facebook group. So, hey, look, this stuff works. I can see a time coming when I'll make from a single campaign, a single 1 month campaign, I'll make a $50,000 profit. I'll make maybe even $100,000, but $50,000 is definitely doable. Please work smarter, not harder. You're going to work hard anyway. So if you use all these silly strategies, you're going to be working hard. They won't work very well, and then you'll have to keep trying new strategies. So you put all this effort in, and what have you got to show for it? Other option is to follow my lead. Follow my lead with the Facebook group, Try Building Strategy, and you are going to be making consistent money over the long term. All right, just want to say that. Kim Willis again. Bye for now.